Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about the new Monkie Kid line that came out just yesterday. Interestingly, this was leaked a few weeks back, or a month back or so, and it disappeared quite quickly from all the sites that had seen it. So we've seen a lot of these sets, not sort of the official photographs that we've got now, but we knew it was coming, we knew what the sets were, but Lego's lawyers seemed to go through and shut everything down. So now it's officially released, and you can buy it as well. So it wasn't even it's coming and you can buy it here at this time. It's here, buy it now. So bit of a shocker, but anyway, I'm going to run through them quickly. I will say, someone pointed out to me that the Ninjago line is very kind of Japanesey feeling, whereas this line is very much Chinese feeling, or at least that was what was suggested. I don't disagree with that. Let me know what you think of that one in the comments. So I'm just going to run through each of these sets and give you my comments on it. I've also got the pricing in Australian dollars, which is interesting. One of the sites here in Australia did a comparison with the rest of the world, and we actually are getting quite good prices on it, to be honest. It's actually slightly better than the US on some of the sets, especially the biggest one. So interesting to see how things have changed. And China seems to get the worst, and then Europe and the UK are also sort of behind Australia for a change. So I'm not going to complain about that one. So let's start off with set number 80006, the White Dragon horse bike. And this one's got 259 pieces. As you can see, you get a bike, you get a rather cool looking hoverboard, and 4 minifigures. So this is the base level set, and you get 4 minifigures. You also get that kind of century defense fortress kind of point they're attacking there. So obviously this bike does some interesting things. The wings fold out on it and stuff like that. I don't think it flies. I just think it's got some stuff that happens there. But I like the use of these bright pieces that we saw in the most recent Ninjago line as well. Those really kind of vibrant neon colours. And the bad guys are black and purple. What's not to like about that as a colour combination? It looks fantastic. So the bad guys there look really cool with their bull helmets on. The good guys look great with his headphones on. I love the packaging on this too. The theme they've gone for is absolutely wonderful. So much fun. The way they've spelt the Monkie Kid, the packaging, like it's not Ninjago feeling at all, which was going to be a bit of a risk. It does feel very different IP, very kind of, a lot more. There's a lot more going on in this in terms of that. It's gone away from the Ninjago thing. I'm trying to think of the word I'm trying to say. It's almost gamey. I like the gamey. It reminds me a lot of some of the older video games I played on my Xbox, like Jet Set Radio Future. I loved that game. The style of that, very cool. And then around the back of this one, we can see on the back, we've got the standard missile shooters. We've got these wing things that come out, but they don't actually tell you what the wings do. They just come out. And then this guy's got a little turret. So there's not a huge amount going on in this set bar the bike and the hover bike. The hover bike's pretty cool. And we've got that gate that goes up, but it's a pretty simple set, really. And this is one of my things I'm going to say is this is a $50 set here in Australia. I don't think that's a $50 set personally. That's my gut feeling. I feel like that should be $35, maybe 40 at a stretch. But this feels like a low-end Ninjago set to me, and it's not that good. But what I will say is you do get 4 minifigures in here, which in Australia, 4 minifigures from the Lego shop cost you $20. Actually, no, 3 minifigures from the Lego shop cost you $20. So you've got 4 here, and how fabulous. They're all really cool. We've got this sort of like sort of a 1980s kid character here. We've got this dude with the headphones on, and I believe that's Monkie Kid. And then we've got the 2 guys with their bull helmets on. Awesome minifigures. I was talking to Dr. McBrick about this last night, and we both agree, great looking minifigures. So the next set in this one is the 8007 Iron Bull Tank. This is an $80 set, so we've got up again massively, and it comes in at 430 pieces. This one sings of Nexo Knights to me. This feels like a Nexo Knights site, or one that was sort of rejected from the Nexo Knights line and became a Monkie Kid set. So, I mean, I don't dislike it. It's a great play set. You get a lot of bang for your buck in there. There's lots of things to fire and do in this set, and you get this big blue guy who I'll talk about a bit in a minute. But again, like you see this sort of artwork here, it's a full-on street battle going on, firing these radioactive barrels at people, and it's an interesting set. Again, like $80. It doesn't do a lot, really. It's got some wheels and it's got a couple of bits that go up and there's things that roll forward from the set. They're not even launched, they just roll forward. Yeah, I'm struggling to see the value in this set. Again, I feel like this should be a sort of $50 set, $60 set. I mean, when you see it all up like this, it does look pretty cool, pretty fierce. You wouldn't want to meet that in a street, but that's not an $80 set, I'm afraid. Despite the fact you do get 3 minifigures and a big figure. I'm not usually one for the big figures, but I think this guy's rather cool. And again, the bad guys. I love the bad guys. The bad guys in this theme are awesome. They look superb. Yeah, here's the Big Blue. That's a fantastic looking figure. I mean, that's a beast of a figure. I love the sort of style and design of that. Ginger beard, man of my own heart there. It's like modelled off the off one of the wildlings in Game of Thrones, I reckon. Anyway, moving on to the next set. I spent hours talking about that one set. Now, this one I love. This is the 8008 Monkie Kid's Cloud Jet. Now, this is an $80 set again. Again, I don't feel this is an $80 set. I reckon this is a $70 set, personally. I feel like all these sets are slightly overpriced, but they are very cool, and I do think this one is especially cool. I like the fact this has got the bike that comes away from it. I was a big fan as a kid of SWAT Cats, and they had a jet plane with bikes that came out the bottom of it. Loved it, and this is exactly that kind of theme. So it's a pretty awesome looking jet, very, very futuristic, cool bike. Again, you've got this guy with a jetpack as well, which is really cool. I think the jetpack on its own, they could do that one as a poly bag quite happily. It would be very good and very popular. So again, it looks fantastic. Got some various action pieces there. If we look around the back here, we can see the bike drops out. We've got these disc shooters rather than stud shooters for a change, and the jet bike. And the wings go up and down. Realistically, it doesn't do that much though, does it? That's an $80 set that doesn't do a lot. Let's be honest. It looks cool. It's got some good parts in it. But that's not an $80 set, I'm afraid. I think these sets are very high priced for what they are. But I do like this guy. I think this would be a magnificent polybag or even a mini set. And again, superb minifigures. Slightly different this time. We've got a bad guy with this awesome red hairpiece. Fantastic. And again, another one in the bad guys with a different weapon again. I like the fact they've all got different weapons. This one here is an odd one. This is 80009 Pigsy's Food Truck. And this one comes in at $100 and 832 pieces. Now we're starting to see something that represents a bit more in line with what the value is, but I'm going to say this up front. I reckon this was a hidden side set that got rejected and then they brought it into the Monkie Kid line because it looks like a hidden side set. It doesn't fit at all with any of the other sets in my books. It looks so out of place. It doesn't feel right. It's different scale. It's a different style. It's very hidden side to me. Let me know if you agree with that comment, but that's what my thinking is. That being said, I think it's a fabulous set. I mean, it doesn't fit a city at all. It's massive scale, completely out of whack with everything, but you get 2 bikes with it. You get a ton of cool figures. This truck is really good. I do like the truck. I have to say it's more of a creator truck / hidden side truck than this theme in my books, but that's my personal opinion. But again, looking through the artwork, you can see this awesome street scene. He's firing the studs at the bike that's in front of him, not the bike that's behind him that could be getting him, but that's, minor thing. Again, like, you've got the stud shooter on top, you've got the bull bar on the front that goes down that can cause some serious damage, and then the interior. I like the fact the interior opens up, and we'll look at that one in a bit more detail, but this is a good set. Like, I'm not saying this isn't worth the $100. I just don't feel like it fits with the other sets, in my opinion. I don't think it's the same theme. It's different build, everything. It's an excellent thing, though. I mean, it'd be an amazing hidden side set, which is what I reckon it was. I reckon it was from there, and it was rejected, and it came in this set, because it just looks like a hidden side set. Everything about it. The quality of the hidden side sets has been exceptional, and I think this fits with it. But I like the fact that it's got a full interior. We've got, like, the fridge. We've got storage cabinets, we've got the kitchen serving there, we've got around the front here, we've got the implements hanging up on the wall, we've got all sorts going on, so it's a good in that respect. And then opens up and we can see there's a locker there with a chainsaw and some weapons and things like that, and there's our secret command center there to know what's going on. So I'm intrigued as to how Pigsy fits into this. And again, great minifigures. Look at that, we get 5 minifigures with this one, including Pigsy. I think Pigsy is going to be very popular. He looks like a great great figure. I mean, I haven't seen one like that before, which is good. So yeah, I like this set, but at the same time, I don't feel like it fits with the theme. It's just my feeling. Now this one's an interesting one. This one's 80010 Demon Bull King. Actually, now we're up to $130. 1,051 pieces. So there's a lot in this, but that's an expensive mech. I bought the Ninjago one for less than that, and I think the Ninjago one's sort of bigger and better than this. I'm not talking about the Ninjago movie. I'm talking about the one. Oh, I haven't got it to hand. But anyway, I should have looked that up beforehand. But yeah, I mean, it's a great looking mech. I think it looks really, really cool. Very mean. You wouldn't want to meet this guy in a dark alley at all. Again, like the artwork is just second to none. I love this kind of the mixture of the Lego with the art pieces, and it looks fabulous. I think it's definitely on for a winner here. And you get the light brick in this one, which lights up his chest, which I think is pretty cool. If you're a Doom fan like me, that's awesome, because this is very Doom now. We're getting into Doom territory. This is a kid's set, and this guy looks evil. So this is kind of quite brave for Lego, sort of stepping out of that comfort zone. They've made something that's like a demon here. But again, really cool. Got the lighting feature. I do like this set. I don't think the legs are articulated particularly, which is a common problem with Lego mechs. They don't seem to want to recognise it, or they just can't because of the weight. So, you know, it's interesting to see they still have that problem here. But he's a pretty fierce looking dude. He does a fair bit. I think he looks really cool. And you get, again, another superb minifigure in here. Now, this one, ironically, is the one with the least minifigures out of all of them. You only get 3 in this one. So, here we go. We've got Pigsy again. So, he's in another set. Here's Monkie Kid. And here is the... I don't know what her name is. I don't have the details on that one. I apologise. But we've got this with her really cool flame staff here. That's a great figure. I think she looks really quite angry. But again, very good printing on here. I mean, very much in line with the Chinese New Year sets as well, I think, in terms of the quality of those figures. So let's hope they actually arrive in the box looking that good. Next up, we have 80011 Red Sun's Inferno Truck. And this one comes in at $170 and 1,111 pieces. Because this isn't too bad. This one actually does starting to feel a bit more value. I'd like to see it a bit less than that, but again, there's a lot going on in this. It's again, we've got a vehicle that is 2 vehicles combined, tons and tons of minifigures, and a side build in this one, which is good to see, as well as a proper vehicle as well. This reminds me of the Tuk Tuk that was in the Ninjago movie market scene. That was a good one. So we see this one. I love this look when it's in the full truck mode. It looks blooming mean. Something out of Mad Max going on there. It's got everything with the cab here, the bikes underneath. This is not something you would want to be messing with on the roads. And then you see how it comes apart. The cab lifts up and the bike comes out. And I think that's very, very clever the way that's been articulated to work. Very cool. And then there's a stud shooter under there once you've released that one. And then this has got some catapults as well on the back here, which is, you know, good use of the cement mixer piece from days gone by. And then it's good to see this guy's on a push bike here with dynamite. He's a bit dangerous, but if it works, it works. And then we've got the Panda shop here. So let's have a look at that in a bit more detail. Here's the truck. Look at that truck. That really is a Mad Max style truck. I love it. They've got little chain thingy bobs on there, and or angle grinders, and flames coming out left, right, and center. That looks cool like that. I almost looks cooler like that than like that. This looks sort of like this definitely a play set. This is definitely not aimed at AFOLs. This is a play set, but it's a cool play set. You get some good pieces. I like the little panda store as well. That's a nice touch with the little winking eye there and antenna. I think this is sort of a nice little side build. Adds a lot of playability to the set. Again, you get a heap of minifigures in this one. 3 of the good guys and 4 of the bad guys. So I like this one at the end with the dynamite going, wait, why am I carrying dynamite? That's not a good idea. And then this one's brave, going in with a crowbar. But yeah, I think this is a good set. It's not so bad on value. I think there's a lot of good playability in here. And now we get down to one of the 2 stars of the show here. This is 80012 Monkey King Warrior Mech. Look at the size of that thing. Look at the minifigure and look at the size. It's enormous. That is a massive mech. That's one of the biggest Legos done. I think there's only Voltron that might be bigger than that. No, someone did say there was an old mech they did that was bigger than this. The Titan XT or something like that from like 2002. I don't remember the set, but I did look it up, and it was quite big. So, yeah, I like this one. It's got this little mech I'm not so sure about. I mean, this little mech would not want to be fighting this big mech. That's an amazing mech. Look at the style on that. I mean, you have to look at the box to get a full comprehension of just how good this mech is. It looks absolutely brilliant. Now, the question is, can you pose the legs? Probably not. Doesn't look like the legs bend at all. So the same problem as all the other sets, a Hulkbuster, every mech Lego makes, the legs do not bend unless you make one of these little mechs that has the bending thing. So yeah, here he is holding his, like, it looks almost like a pencil, but obviously it's not. I love this. This mech is just phenomenal. Look at it. I mean, all this detailing, these banners and aprons and flags, and there's all sorts in there. It's so intricately detailed. I love it. I'm going to have trouble not persuading myself to buy that one when it goes on sale, because I'm not paying $230 for this set. Nah. It's got 1,629 pieces, which is good. But again, you've got 4 good guys and 2 bad guys in this one. So, and there's Monkie Kid again. So it's got Monkie Kid in every single set. So it's got the hidden side problem of everything has the one or two particular minifigures. I do like the side build in here, though. Although, when you look at it, it doesn't look like it's quite the right size. It looks like it's been shrunk slightly to fit. But it does work. I really think this is great. This is a great side build. Like, they could sell this on its own, I reckon. This is a couple of modifications. This would be a great sort of city building to sell, or a creator set to sell with a couple of tweaks. It's there. So I like that. I like the side build. Now, this is the Beast 80013 Monkie Kid's Team Secret HQ. This is expensive at $260. Comes in at 1,959 pieces, but I think this is worth every penny of it. Look at the side. I mean, this just looks fabulous from the off. Like, that container ship looks great. Looks great. That's a good build on its own. I'd be happy just having that as a container ship without any play features or any minifigures. That would be good. Obviously not for that price. That's a great set. You get a mech, you get these side vehicles. I'm not sort of so in love with the side vehicles, but I mean, again, I love this sort of the artwork they've done here with these comic splashes everywhere and bits of flame coming out and studs shooting everywhere. It looks fantastic. We've got the big blue guy swinging up here. We've got Monkie Kid in his mech there on the D8 shipping company boat, which is made up of these containers, and it has a cat on it too, and we'll talk about that in a second. So around the back here, this thing opens up. Look at it. This is going back to my childhood of sort of Masked Crusaders and things like that. If you don't know what Masked Crusaders is, look it up. It was a great toy line from the 80s and 90s that I wish would come back. But that was like, these buildings and things like that transformed and became play sets like this. So this whole set opens up. We've got the mech bay. We've got the various bits of recreation going on. We've got some engineering stuff. And then down the front, we've got a stud shooter as well, hidden away very neatly. And these side builds, not so worried about the side builds, but they all have a space inside, which is pretty cool. There's a garage there and a garage there. This one's an engineering wing, I think. And it all comes apart as well. So it's pretty clever on how they've done this one. I mean, I love this angle here, because look, you wouldn't know that actually does anything to transform. Nothing gives that away at all. What a brilliantly designed set. Again, you see it here coming apart. The detail, it's a fabulous set. Like, I love it. And again, here's another one of the interior. And there's the mech. I'm not so in love with the mech. A pretty average mech, but I had to make it work, and I imagine if they'd made it any more complicated, it would have made it even more expensive. But here's a good action shot again. I love it. I think it's a fabulous looking boat. I love it. As my good friend Dr. McBricks said, this would look fantastic next to the Ninjago docks. Guess where it's going to go? In my city. Here we have the good guys. I love this cat. He's awesome. This is so good. And again, the same minifigures. We've got the same minifigures again, except for the cat. And then bad guys, we've got 4 of these dudes again. So you're gonna, if you buy all the sets, you're gonna get a lot of these guys. This one's got a jetpack thing going on, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that brings me to the end of going through these sets. I like the Monkie Kid lineup, but it's very much a mix of Ninjago, Nexo Knights, and Hidden Side to me. The Piggy's truck looks really out of place to me. I don't understand it. Doesn't seem to work, but obviously Lego done the research and think it does. I think the set's great, no questions there, but I don't think it fits with this line, but we'll see. Other people might disagree with me. I do think the prices are a little high on some of the smaller ones. I would like to see them slightly lower, but I think this line is a good one. I think this line's going to be very, very popular, especially if Lego can bring out a couple of smaller, cheaper sets as well to fill in that hole, because $50 is quite a high starting point for this lineup. I'd like to see something in the sort of 20 to 30 range, like you get in Ninjago. Ninjago does those small builds that are really good value, even down to $16 here in Oz. So yeah, I think it's a good line. Let me know in the comments what you think though. Do you agree with what I said? Are you into this line? Are you going to buy any of these sets? I am definitely going to buy one of these sets, and keep an eye out for a couple of other ones when they're on sale, because I don't like the pricing otherwise. But I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you think the line's strong? Do you think the theming's strong? Do you think the twist it's suitably different from Ninjago? I personally think it is definitely suitably different from Ninjago. I think this is going to be equally popular. Perhaps not as popular as Ninjago, because Ninjago's got founded roots, but I think the cartoon they're releasing to go with it could make or break it as well. Anyway, I'm going to stop there. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe. I post regularly. And if you can find me in these other places online, I do post other stuff on other sites, including my main GJBricks site and my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you very, very soon.